To get started with a mediation in New York, it's important to find the right mediator. You may want to do a little bit of research to find out what is mediation and how does it work. But typically, when people contact my office, our first call is on Zoom, and I walk you through my mediation process. I wrote a book called The Harmonious Divorce, 4-step process to uncoupling, and I walk people through and help them understand exactly what a mediation is. Mediation is a voluntary process. And it's just that. It's a process as opposed to litigating and lawyering up and going to court. It's just another way of going about and getting divorced in New York. It is voluntary, it is confidential and private. I always tell my clients that whatever we discuss here stays here, kind of like the Vegas rule. And whatever we discuss in mediation, again, is not only confidential, but you can't use any of the information in your mediation. God forbid it doesn't work out and you do go to court. In choosing the right mediator for your situation, it's important to understand that there are different types of mediation. Some mediators are facilitative, some mediators are more directive, and it's important to understand what you and your partner are most comfortable with and what you're looking for. In a facilitative mediation, it's more along the lines of you and your partner being in control and making all of the decisions in the outcome of your divorce, and the mediator is simply facilitating the conversation. That we all know that we get stuck in certain times of our conversation, and the mediator is trained to help you get unstuck so that you can make progress in your discussions. In a directive mediation, it's closer to an arbitration where you're presenting your case to either side, and the mediator will help guide you toward a particular outcome in your divorce. The mediation process or a mediation session, the way that it would look like is that you, your spouse, and the mediator would all meet together, either in person, in a conference room, or on the internet, such as Zoom. And during the discussion, you'll be talking about and identifying what are the issues. You'll be talking about how to resolve those issues, and it'll be a discussion. So you'll get an opportunity to talk, your spouse will have an opportunity to talk. The mediator may impart some information and knowledge that will help you work through some of the issues. Sometimes there are documents that we need to take a look at, and you'll bring them to the meeting, and we'll take a look at them together, try to understand them, and become part of the conversation. After your mediation, now your mediation could be one session, it could be 10 sessions, and it could be any number in between or even more until you reach agreements with regard to all the decisions that need to be made in your divorce. Once the two of you and the mediator agree that all of the agreements that are needed have been reached, then you can ask your mediator if they'll put together an agreement. Now, depending upon whether your mediator is an attorney or a non-attorney, you'll have a different type of document that'll be prepared. If your mediator is a non-attorney, they cannot draft a legal document, but they can draft something called an MOU or Memorandum of Understanding. If your mediator is an attorney, they can draft a legal document for you, typically a stipulation of settlement, and that'll document all of the agreements that were reached in your mediation. And once you've reviewed the document, either with an attorney or on your own, you agree with the terms and you're satisfied with what it says, you can sign it, and then that becomes your final and formal agreement that you reach in mediation. If you have any additional questions about mediation, how it works, and whether it's appropriate for you, please give our office a call. Here at Sabra Law Group, we're here to help.